Today, Precarious plays Endless Legend. This is what I would do if I were being a more responsible player, and if this weren't more of like a, what's the term, an exhibition?
Mm-hmm.
I would have just quietly, calmly, just gone over here and hoovered up some resources with my friend Vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
My friend the Vacuum. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, that was a good song.
Yes.
In the Phineas and Ferb. People can Google it. Just Phineas and Ferb.
It's the Nemesis.
The Nemesis song. And you saw what now?
Oh, I made a friend today. He's my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I found a snack.
Mm-hmm.
A friendly snack. And it was this big.
Hmm.
And by this, I mean probably too big.
It was, my honest estimate, with no hyperbole, is 4 feet?
Oh no, much bigger. It was probably 5 feet. Hey, a whole foot of snake is like a considerable amount, okay?
Well, I don't know. I think whenever snakes can be like 13 feet long and as big round as like a tree you could make a canoe out of. That's
okay, not
like
that many and not in my neighborhood.
So you'll notice that things are a bit more dour here now in the Age of Heroes.
Yeah.
Unlocked way less stuff as well. Oh, it looks like somebody else might have just unlocked the last research era. Probably the Wild Walkers. That's probably why they're so far ahead of me.
I'm sorry that I am so gleeful at this development, but it reminded me of the review of War of the Ring.
Yeah.
That
Shut Up and
Sit Down did, and their what was Sauron's eye made of? Like an olive or like an egg with a with a drawing on it? I can't remember.
Something wildly inappropriate for like an avatar of evil.
Yeah, it was
Probably,
edible. It was edible. I know it was. I don't remember.
You know what? They're predisposed, it seems, to take objects of like great evil power and turn them into foodstuffs, because one of my favorite goofs that they've done, it was during like I think it was for Star Wars Rebellion. They kept calling the Death Star the Danger Egg. I can barely say Danger Egg without laughing. It's really funny. They was right at the tail end of a sequence of like purposefully misnamed ships. Like I think that they called either an X-wing or a Y-wing the other one as like an appetizer, and then it got increasingly silly from there. Or Danger Egg.
Mm-hmm.
I've been holding here for a minute because I think we just won again.
Yay! Your dreams come true.
Forget it. No, we didn't ignore it. We didn't win because this happened. Okay.
Okay.
The Nemesis is back within the territories. For the last time, destroy the Nemesis targeting your armies and your cities. See here, this is what I was talking about.
We
Pixie
get
Glide.
Pixie, that's a reward? Can we give it back to them? I feel like the pixies might need their own blood.
Oh, let's... So the process of extraction can only be described as heart-wrenching. The healing powers of this wonderous material cannot be matched. And besides, pixies have very short memories. Wow, they also...
Oh.
They look more like little dragonflies.
Do you think that juicing a pixie is like what happens to like an orange when you juice it? Or do you think it's more like milking a cow?
It sounds... Okay, here's what... For our collective sanity to ease our collective conscience?
It's definitely neither. It's definitely like carrots.
No. This is what happens because it sounds like they live through the process and it's just unpleasant. I'm just gonna suggest that they're all just very afraid of needles, but it's not different from just like a child that needs to get a shot.
Oh.
And just imagine like a little pixie in a tiny little chair who's like, ooh, and then they are still like they're crying before the needle and they are crying at the same intensity after the needle because they didn't realize that that's already happened.
Oh.
And then they get a tiny little bandage, a pixie scale bandage, and a pixie scale lollipop, and then they're on their way. That's what happens. Where is is this a nemesis? But I destroyed them before. I don't know. That doesn't seem like good continuity to me.
They returned. It's Return of the Nemesis.
The Nemesis.
I am not sorry for getting that stuck in your head. You're way better off, and
it's an earworm.
You're welcome. I keep catching the giggles so bad. I'm not the one who's sleepy either. You're the one who's like supposed to be loopy and whatever, but I think that little shot of concentrated green tea you took must have realigned all of your brain fragments because I'm the one over here having like silly fancies.
So this is a time when like the reinforcement order might actually matter.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have Geos go. Wow, Geos is being a big contributor there, so I'm gonna have Geos go before Skoros.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna hand battle?
Yes.
Okay. Hand battle. This is a hand embroidered battle scarf.
Bespoke, handcrafted. I'm not as afraid of them this time.
That will get you into trouble.
Because it seems like the game wants me to fight them. Like this one is not optional.
Yeah.
And I think is there a morale bonus for being in the city? I think there might be a morale bonus for being in the city walls here.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, I've got quite the army arrayed against them, as you'll see, because as soon as I hit the ready button,
yeah,
my unit count is gonna double.
Okay.
Because that's gonna happen.
There.
Oh no, it didn't look like it.
It didn't quite double, but
because I guess they still have to. I think that they can only come in where the banners are. So it's going to be 2 at a time. So I think that some of my units probably aren't going to show up at all. What are you going all the way over there for, man? You can just...
Overzealous. Got excited. Home turf. Home team advantage.
Yeah, see,
Got them running down the field like crazy.
As long as they are in, within the bounds of the city, they get +3 morale. And with that much morale, their attack and defense, you can see it up here, is doubled. And you can see down here, I think that I've mentioned it a couple of times, but attack, it goes in 4 stages. There can either be a critical defense, which negates damage completely, standard defense, where your damage is reduced, standard attack, where I think it might, does it just deal, I think that it might just deal the damage number. And the reason why it's so high is because they have Flying Slayer. Does that math out? That'd be about 50 plus half of 17 is an obnoxious number, close to 8-ish. So 58, yeah. So it looks like it's just because of the Flying Slayer. But because their attack is so high, there's a 20% chance-ish of a massive critical hit that deals like half their life.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna shoot him. Just gonna shoot him. That's it. Real nice. Just,
Kind of cool.
yeah, we could have gotten them on our side. I think we still could, but nobody else is really making guardians because of the difficulty level. So,
like they could be one of our guardians?
no. So once one faction has made a guardian, a quest shows up. That's like, can I show it to you? Wings of Ruin. It's actually, I like what you have to do for it. So you take a single flying unit of a minimum level to highlighted ruins. They are consumed, and then it reanimates, in quotes, it reanimates the sleepers. And if you look over here, you can kind of see, like you can make out like this sort of segmented armor. And then if I back out of here, see, it's these guys. And then they become a template that you can use, and you can make your own. Ooh. Because they are anti-guardian weapons. So this is sort of a fail-safe for people. Like, I think that sort of the worst case scenario is the person that got the guardians, then they are the only one that unlocks the seekers.
Yeah.
But I think it might show up per faction. So
interesting.
But it's just something that you can kind of ignore if you're not facing guardians. So I have.
Ugh. Freaks me out that you kind of have to sacrifice somebody.
I mean, it's...
Do you think that they just learn to fly the mech? Can we hope that they learn to fly the mech? Like...
Oh no, they make it pretty clear that it's like a secret life sauce.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's the reason why it needs to be someone that can fly.
I dislike their ability to hop, skip, jump over everybody.
Me too, but I can do that as well. Honestly, I think that it would be a lot more impactful if I could remember to like I kind of just want to bring it up right now, but I'm worried it's going to mess with the recording software.
Yeah,
I want to go into the controls and be like, is it... Well, first off, I don't remember if it's shift or control, but I've mentioned it several times. Like, you can queue up like a move and then an act. But honestly, I feel this might wind up being like one of the last major battles. So I don't think it really matters, even if we lose like a lot of units.
Which it doesn't feel like that's really gonna happen.
I mean, like, I think that hero might get reduced to 0 or to one hit point, might get taken out of the battle. We might lose them. Which would...
The noble unit of Orc 5. Huh.
Okay, so like that was a crit. Oh, that's great. And that was also a crit, which is a bit of a shame because they were so low.
Yeah. I think we got this, though. I mean, what could they possibly do at this point?
Do they hang in there?
Take people with them, really. That's the worst.
No, it looks like... I think everybody managed to hang in there.
Whoa. Everybody.
Did we lose anybody? No, it's looking pretty good.
All right.
Some people got beat up pretty badly, especially this Seeker. Yeah, down to 18 out of 290. But that is that, and we'll handle this very quickly here. One extra accessory slot in here. Ooh, there's something that I'm gonna minimize this and come back to her. So there's something that I need to check.
All right, what's the word?
All right. Is there hope? Do I even understand the word? The nemesis is defeated, but perhaps we are as well. The pearls rise, our mother bleeds, and we feel helpless and impotent.
What?
Oh boy. You're okay. This might. All right. Hold on. whatever winter it was long ages ago from which Lost Greyspire saved her, it was not like this dark season. I do not have the heart to take up a pen and alter the sacred text, so I put it aside and face the future without it. Without prophecies, without promises, with only the hands and hearts of the Alai. This much at least is clear. The pearls are for us, meant to save us from whatever fate awaits her. She would save her children, her chosen, from the long winter that comes. It has happened before, the long sleep, the long dark season, and at the end Auriga rises anew. This is the best we can hope for, that we can bring her to a state where she can sleep, the sleep of restoration, and flower again. If we can achieve that, I will have hope for the Alai and for Mother Auriga. Our role is to accompany, not to save. We must ease her into her rest, not fight to delay it. If we can reign supreme on Auriga, we can see to it that she goes gently into that long sleep.
The planet is dying.
And we have to capture 3 cities, even if only temporarily. If there are less than 3 cities remaining, be the last surviving empire on Auriga.
Did you know that this was the end of this quest?
I knew that it was a possibility because a lot of the faction quests purposefully eventually put you into conflict with other factions, but it is kind of hilarious how generally aggressive this one is.
Yeah.
Where it's just 3 cities.
Just take some. I mean, what are they using them for anyway?
And
nothing good.
I mean, part of me thinks that it might be surprisingly chill, because in my mind I'm now crafting this and I'm imagining this narrative where like they show up and are like, look around you, the world is ending, and then from the behind the walls they're like, no it's not, and then they call back and it's like, we're gonna come in there and you're coming to the future with us whether you like it or not, and then it's just like, we don't like it. God, no thanks.
All right, we have one of our gumball guardians. They're gonna unlock the door for us. Boo!
Geos, do the thing. And then just this giant, like, continent's worth of rock just bowls over, the bowling pin noise.
Well, we know that there was a path on one of the universes where none of this had to happen.
Two.
Paths.
We've won twice over.
We've won twice, so now we are just exploring the other realities. My less preferred realities.